probably. Okay, let's see. What's this New Year's thing? It's just a party thing. Overwatch. Okay, that should work. All right, there we go. Nice. Is this the first or the second game? I'm playing the first. Yeah. I'm playing the first. How do you sign up for viewer polls? Well, we have a list of 4 right now, right? Yeah, we have a list of 4 right now. We have... Let me look. Okay. Puffy, Mew, Obby, Odds, and then Derbs. I could add you to that. I mean, I'm sure that there's a more efficient way to add yourself to this, but I don't know code enough to do that yet. I mean, I probably could. It's a fairly simple thing. Okay, so that is 5 people. There we go. I'll add it for later. All right. Why am I just gonna jump into this? This is why, like, why would I hop into it without... Hang on. Go back to the title. Just start it over. Yeah, hold on. Let's see. Load a save game. New game. Select adventure. Episode 4. Opening. Okay, perfect. I don't remember any of this.
I begin to think, Wilson, said Sholmes, turning his head languidly in my direction, that there is more to this case than that which we have observed. Indeed, that there may be another part to this story that we are yet to discover. His eyes wandered, following the steam rising from his cup of herbal tea, leading him to the distant memory of that snowy evening. To the young lady collapsed on the pavement along Briar Road, and to the knife in her back.
Oh my god, why would Udon do that to Juna?
In the soft glow of gas lamps, a most extraordinary scene had been set. And under the cover of a light fog, the curtain had risen silently on the insoluble mystery of our invisible killer.
Oh no. You can't trust nobody. See, I knew it. I knew it. That's why, see, Udon stabbed Juna in the middle of the night and stole Juna's Genshin Impact account so that Udon could get access to C6 Raiden. I knew it. I knew it. See, that's that nasty behavior. See, I knew it. I knew it. Anyway, what? Did you sleep last night? I did not. No. It was an enormous hotel, wasn't it? Okay, so if you weren't here last time, me and my assistant here last solved a case. Some rich guy was accused of stabbing somebody in a carriage, which turned out to maybe not be them. But that person was a rich person who fabricated evidence and absolved themselves of the case. And we don't know who actually did it, so we won the case, and we needed to win that case in order to become a lawyer. But we don't know who actually stabbed the person in the carriage. So some poor person died, but we don't know who it was. So, yeah. May I ask that Baldur's Gate 3 officially go on the backlog? No, because we're going to be playing Lies of P instead. Alright. The rooms were so luxurious. I felt like we were staying in a palace. And with all the gaslight twinkling, it was brighter than a day, even in the middle of the night. But what about the enormous beds? Out there by time on the SS Berea, I wasn't going to waste a single inch of that space. I spent the entire night rolling from one side of the mattress to another. Oh yes, it really was the sort of night you could only dream of normally. Speaking of which, what is that? Ace Attorney, Okami, Metaphor, maybe Persona 3, definitely Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Lies of P? Oh, that's gonna have us busy for like... Plus with all the Hoyo games, that's gonna have us busy until like maybe... March? April? Middle of April maybe? March, middle April? April? Yeah. It's about... Yeah, that's about 4 or 5 months of content plus school. Yeah. Okay. I think so, yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. We love a variety streamer. I guess it is kind of variety, huh? I mean, those RPGs are gonna take so fucking long. But after Metaphor, yeah, we'll definitely have to play a little bit of like no RPGs so I can go back when Trails comes out, and not be RPG'd out. We can skip P3R. But I still don't know the ending! I still don't know what happened. I got to the midnight hour. I remember some dude on a building or something, and I remember Junpei had a crush on some girl, and Akihiko's friend was gonna die or something, and Death dude was talking to me, and that's all I remember. It was like right before the climax of the game, and I literally have no idea what happens. Like I don't want to look it up, and I don't want anyone to tell me. So I don't know, like I feel like I should get to the point in the game where that happens, because it's like it's the climax, right? That's too bad. Oh. But that's a pretty awful time. It was like after Kin joined, after what's his name joined, after the dog joined, Junpei and the girl, Akihiko's friend who was maybe gonna die, I don't know. A lot of people are now like looking weird because of the midnight hour, midnight channel thing. And the death dude was talking to me. That's a pretty awful time, I think. Right? Like, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Anyway. Did you stop before or after Junpei gets called a baguette? I guess before, because I don't remember anything like that. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. So maybe we have... Yeah. I don't remember Ace Detective. Let's see. Oh yes, it really was the sort of night you could only dream of normally. Except, when I learned that we owed £3 for the rooms, that dream quickly turned into a nightmare. Oops! Sorry about that. The building was so impressive and the entrance was so inviting, I just wandered in without thinking. In a lodging house in Japan, that sum of money will put a roof over your head for a whole year. What'd she say? She said, Let me turn it up. What did she say? Hold on, let me see. No, I'm not turning this up. Oh my god. Anyway, Sonic Frontiers reception was pretty decent. And you know what? Let's play it right now. Fuck Scott. Now I think about it. Hold on. Hang on. Hold on. You know what? Yeah, honestly, yeah. Fuck Scott. All right, let's play. Hold on, wait. Let me turn. Hold on. I don't even have it downloaded. Oop. Just kidding. All right, we're good. Ugh, I really am sorry. Well, never mind. We must find some affordable lodging straight away, though. If we're not careful, our entire stipend will be used up in 10 days or less. London is a scary place. Good morning to you at this early hour. Can I get my lawyer degree? Oh, yes. Well, yes. Okay, well, Capcom's already not mad at me because Capcom wanted me to stream some sort of Capcom game because I hadn't streamed one in like 6 months. And so they were like, this is the Capcom Creators Program, not the Hoyo Creator Program. They were like, if you don't stream something soon, we're gonna bonk you on the head with hammers. Oh, and we're gonna remove you from the program. I just wanted to say Happy New Year, Ace, and everyone, and thank you for reviewing my Ace Attorney account. Yep, your Ace Attorney account. Wow. Your ZZZ account. No, that was great. No, thank you for sharing it. It was your dedication inspired me to farm discs for like 5 minutes, and then I got discouraged and I stopped doing it. But I do want to like farm the rest of my my thingies on stream because I have a lot of materials I gotta farm. Anyway. Yes, Zay's Attorney 0. Yes, exactly. Yeah. All right, anyway. Good morning to you, Lord Chief Justice. We have come to report on the outcome of the trial at the Old Bailey yesterday. Susada-san is amazing. She doesn't bat an eyelid, even in the presence of an imposing Lord Strongheart. Yes, I believe you had a very comprehensive initiation into British courtroom practices. Oh, yes, Daddy. Oh, it was very eye-opening. Thank you. Metaphor is after Ace Attorney, right? Absolutely not. It's Okami. In accordance with your instructions, Lord Strongheart, Mr. Naruhito performed his duty to the end. Yes, I've already been appraised of events. But you conducted a remarkable defense. You may consider the test passed. Oh! No longer are you a student from the Empire of Japan. You may henceforth claim to be a fully fledged lawyer. I promised a lot of things, but honestly, can we think of anyone more needy in this community than Joe, Bob-omb, and Scott? How many times are these two gonna get everything they want? How often is it that they're gonna receive every single thing they ask for while everybody else grovels for any semblance of their favorite game? Why is that? Why did it take a whole Discord of people telling me their favorite game for Twilight Princess to come through? Why is it that they get all the scraps and everybody else gets nothing? I just think sometimes we should be a little bit more equal with the distribution of content. That's what I think. Anyway, what? Quan needs to be needier. Okay, yeah, Quan is a little needy, but that's fine. Me asking for AI Somnium files and then getting denied. Hang on. Hold on. I still gotta do Pasta's, what's it called? What's that game called? Shinigami Tensei? Yeah, I still had to do that too. Scott getting trails, Ace Attorney, Hoyo games, Xenoblade games. When is Scott gonna stop winning? When is Scott gonna stop winning? He got Kazuha, What else did Scott get? Oh, Scott get all devouring Scott. Oh, getting Overwatch. Oh, Overwatch 2. And all the Xenoblade, all the Xenoblade DLCs too. Wait, no, Monster Hunter was that was Hellhound. Okay, never mind. That's okay, Scott. But can everyone look at Scott and point at him, please? My country is delighted to welcome young talent from such a remote eastern land. Thank you very much. So I'm a lawyer now. Now, in view of your new appointment, I have a fresh case in mind for you. Oh, I also have to play Xenoblade X. Xenoblade and Metaphor don't count as requests because everybody wanted those. No. No. Juz 10, who we have to go to a party with in about 30 minutes or so. Do you remember requesting Xenoblade or Metaphor? I don't think you have. I think you've been requesting It Takes Two, now that I think about it, and Minecraft. But do you get what you want? Not even my own partner receives the content that they want. What is that? What is that? I can't. Anyway, I'd like for you to take it on at once. I trust that won't be a problem. Another case? Already? Nothing trains a lawyer better than practical experience. I'm sure I don't sense dissatisfaction, do I? It's just that yesterday's trial ended unusually, and I haven't quite come to terms with it. What to come to terms with? The man was cleared. What more were you hoping for? The culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to prefer judgment. Well, Lord Van Zeeks, it's been a pleasure, so it has. As for you, my dear fellow, I couldn't have asked for a better defense. This is God getting every game he wants, and then gaslighting me into believing that I don't give him anything. I just can't help but wonder if Mr. McGilded was really innocent. Mr. Naruhado. It's just that I never managed to ascertain the truth. And then the trial just ended. Well, you needn't let it trouble you for a second longer. Sorry? What do you mean, Lord Strongheart? Is it because he was poor, and therefore the result doesn't really matter? Magnus McGilded passed away immediately following the trial. Oh! 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 That...
No. Oh well.
What? Mr. McGilded is dead? I have 19 minutes and 41 seconds until my next engagement. Time enough to talk. Hi, Tripores. Yeah, let's talk about that. I don't understand. What happened? How can he be dead? As the trial concluded yesterday, there was a great commotion in the Old Bailey. As you'll presumably recall, an omnibus had been wheeled into the courtroom. Yes, of course. That was the scene of the crime which Mr. McGilded was accused of. Precisely. Well, while the bailiff's attention was diverted by some other matter, the omnibus went up in flames. No, how could such a thing have happened? Ace bro, I've come to the conclusion that life sucks. The only good thing that comes out of it is Genshin Impact and girls with fat butts. Well, I think that instead of Genshin Impact and girls with fat butts, you could maybe talk to a therapist, and they would allow you an avenue to see that there are more things in life that are more enriching than Genshin Impact and girls with fat butts. We're going into a new year, so maybe that would be an avenue to look into, because there's a lot of excellent things in this world. Honestly, now that you think about it, everything in this world is what? The police have identified a corpse found inside the charred shell of the carriage that of Mr. McGilded. Fleeting, there you go. That's awful. The man must have slipped inside while the bailiff's attention was elsewhere. That bailiff really needs to pay more attention. And how could that have happened? Oh yeah, and Triforce wants Octopath. Exactly. What? Wait a minute. No, I think about yeah. Triforce gets everything he wants too, because not only did Triforce get Xenoblade, Triforce also got me liking Pyra and Mithra and playing her in Super Smash Brothers. Actually, now that I think about it, you not only got your game and the DLC and your series, you also got me playing those two characters, even though I explicitly said that they broke the game and were stupid, and you got Zenless Zone Zero as well. So honestly, I think Triforce gets everything he wants to do. I'm noticing a pattern. Where the fuck is Pokemon TCG? Ryza, I distinctly remember doing 8 years of Super Smash Brothers content, and who do you think I did that for? Me? You think I played Super Smash Brothers for me? You think I went to those tournaments for me? I did it. I see. We're not gonna go there. Like we're just not gonna. We're not gonna go there. Okay. How benevolent? Exactly. Thinking back on it now, immediately after the trial, Mr. McGilded did mention going back into the courtroom to look at the omnibus. What did Udon get? Honestly, Inazuma was something that I never even thought I would engage with. But given how much Udon loves that place, I think that whole region and all of the world quests that I did and all that exploring, I have the Inazuman wings. Those are the only wings I have right now. I think Udon also gets everything he wants to. Now that I think about it. And Risley GIFs in my chat too. Tis time for the inspection. What? They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be... Wait, what? I asked if I could be present. So he died while he was inside the... That's weird. Not to my knowledge. I don't believe Scotland Yard has any intention of re-examining the carriage. And you got Radiant Dawn, and you got Micaiah too. Is this how we're starting the new year? I just think that the new year hasn't started, so we should get our grievances out on in front of the table, right? Like we should just put that out there, right? Like I'm just being honest before the new year lets out, okay? I don't want to go into it with any baggage, okay? I want a clean, fresh mind going into the new year, all right? That's all I want. And I find it really funny. Why do I see Lee, I see Eternal, and I see Laughing, and all of them wanted Kingdom Hearts. Why are they so quiet? You know why they're so quiet? Because they know exactly what they did, and they don't want to speak up about it, and that's fine. I get it. It's okay. I get it, right? I get it. Feigning innocence. I get it, right? But I just want you to know that you're seen. All right? I see it. Like I see it. And Pains, where do you think all that Mario Kart came from? You think I like Mario Kart? Be real. Anyway, what? Never mind that now. The Yard is making a thorough investigation. The matter is no longer any concern of yours. Leave it to the police. Poor Mr. McGilded. Wow, okay. The lesson here is that everybody gets what they wanted, but Joe specifically is the embodiment of gluttony, and we should thank our Ace streamer. Ace, our streamer, and our Capcom creator. Thank you very much. He hasn't called me out yet. Feeling strangely left out and sad. Would somebody mind telling me how many VODs of Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal are on my VOD channel? When you ever go look at the hours, hundreds of hours of footage dedicated to just that one game, and who was there for the majority of it? Exactly. Anyway, what? How did you find your first taste of our country's Supreme Court? Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, it was, wow. Mr. Naruhodo means that the whole experience was seeped into the solemnity of Great Britain's long history. It really is a world apart from our own judicial system in Japan, which is only a few decades short. Wow, Susato-san has such a great way of words. And you seem to have a way of failing to find the right ones. Hello? Puffy got engaged? Now that I think about it, who's the one right now that has the Hortensia profile picture? Who's the one that loves Alear the most? Who's the one that jams out to the same exact engaged music that I do? It's Puffy. Why do you think that the game, you know what game that we played January 1st of last year, 365 days ago? It was Fire Emblem Engage. Do you think I played that just for me? How is it that even a year later, we're still talking about Fire Emblem Engage? Why is that? Exactly. And mind you, you're Alear fan number 1. Okay, listen. If Alear even got into Smash, I wouldn't even react. I wouldn't even react. It wouldn't even be that big of a deal. Who has the Engage Game of the Year video on their channel? It was fortunate that your very first trial was a simple affair. Simple? That was simple? As I believe I mentioned yesterday morning, it was a trial you couldn't lose. I don't mean to be contrary, Lord Strongheart, but the case was anything but simple. The circumstances of the case were so incriminating, I was stunned when I first heard them. In fact, I'm still finding it hard to believe that we managed to get a favorable verdict. Is something funny? No, my apologies. However, the fact is that you did receive the not guilty verdict you set out to achieve. And that can only be attributed to exceptional talent. Wouldn't you agree? Well, I don't know about that. Well, never mind. You exceeded my expectations, I freely admit. That, at least, is the undeniable truth. Which is precisely why I prepared the new case for you, that I mentioned before. Hello? I personally think I'm to blame for all the Unite streams. Who stopped playing Unite? And let's talk about Abi. You think Abi arriving late is gonna absolve you of any blame here? Who's the world quests? Who here asked for world quests? It's Abi. Abi is the one who had a whole document set up of world quests for me to do. Do you know why you're not getting your metaphor? Do you know why you're not getting your Octopath Traveler 2, by the way, Triforce? Do you know why you're not getting those things? It's because of Abi. Everybody, point at Abi. That's exactly. Listen. Ryza, listen, do you know why you're not getting Pokemon TCG? It's because I just simply do not have time with all my responsibilities, my grades, my school, the Hoyo content. I just don't have time because Abi is all devouring of my schedule. And I really think that really he might need to distribute some of that time to other people. I'm just saying. Could you perhaps give us some more details about the new case you mentioned? Don't tell me. It's a murder, and the trial starts in 10 minutes. Don't worry. It's nothing so alarming or quite so urgent as your last assignment. In fact, this case is completely different. Oh, I see. That is to say, no one has died as of yet. And the trial will not be today. There is plenty of time to research the case thoroughly. 23 hours, 43 minutes, and 19 seconds to be precise. So the trial is tomorrow then. Is everything alright? Oh, yes. I'm just a little confused, that's all. Yesterday's trial was, well, it's left me wondering if I'm really cut out for being a lawyer. Oh, Mr. Naruhodo. I don't know if I could face standing in that courtroom again after Mr. McGilda's trial. You know who hasn't been talked about yet? Mr. Yoyoshi. Why is that Yoyoshi the only, like, where is Yoyoshi? Oh yes, I nearly forgot. There's one similarity with yesterday's case. Once again, there is currently no one to advocate for the defense. Oh! And crew? Well, crew's exempt, because crew actually puts in work. Actually, all mods and crew are exempt. Yeah, I'll let you off the hook, actually. Yeah. Because you do your community service, right? And I appreciate that. Yeah. Okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. And all subs, you're on thin ice. All non-subs, all I'm gonna say is that there are certain people that are gonna be held up after the fan meetup pizza party at Chuck E. Cheese who are gonna be cleaning up afterwards. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And passing out pizza. Oh, what? Okay, and I guess Rise is exempt too. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. If the situation remains unchanged, the trial will start tomorrow with the defendant unrepresented. And if that happens, I need not remind you of the inevitable outcome. The most terrible end awaits the defendant. Yes, that's right. Ugh, here we go again. Casil, stay focused! Your time is up. You'll have to excuse me. I would advise you to begin making preparations for tomorrow's trial. After all, the clock is ever ticking. There is now but 23 hours, 26 minutes, and 39 seconds before the court sits. The last time you mentioned 23 hours, you said there was plenty of time. And one more thing, Mr. Naruhodo. There is something I should like to ask you. Oh, what's that? Yesterday, you remarked upon something that you intended to see through the will of your late compatriot, Mr. Asugi. I would be interested to hear what exactly you mean by that. Inside 34 seconds. Oh, well, Kazuma always used to say, you see, that he wanted to learn how the greatest justice system in the world works so he could change ours in Japan. Now that he's gone, I'd like to work towards that myself. And there's another thing. Oh! Another thing? Continue. On the way here, on the steamship, he said something to me. There's something very important I have to do. Something very important. And what exactly would that be? He never had a chance to tell me. I suppose he would have done if he ever made it to Great Britain. You're out of time! Well, thank you for that enlightening discussion. Mr. Naruhodo, what is this about? Mr. Asugi never once mentioned any sort of thing to me. I urge you both to focus your attention on the matter at hand. I've taken the liberty of summoning the police inspector in charge of the case. He'll be able to appraise you of the details. How long has he been standing there? So, I wish you the best of luck and bid you farewell. I can't see the date to the party anyway. I'm banned from the Discord. Yeah, what'd you do? What'd you do? I didn't think about it. Could the reason you're banned from the Discord be the same reason why you got banned in Overwatch? There's something very important that I have to do. Kazuma-sama, what do you mean? I wish I knew, but honestly, he never told me. Anyway, we have to talk to the detective, don't you think? Yes, you're right. I hope I'm just imagining it, but I wouldn't say he looks pleased to see us at all. I still have my alt account. Joke's on you. Joke's on you. I'm going to go to Blizzard's website right now and go to customer support and tell them about your ban evasion. Overwatch customer support. Yeah. And let me get my screenshot too. You're done. Yeah, GG's. Well, sorry, what? What? Oh. My bad. Is there anyone else in here? Okay. Who is this? Could we trouble you? What do you think? Oh. Lovely weather, isn't it? What's the weather got anything to do with anything? Oh. Listen to me, you young Japanese upstart. Some frippy about the weather doesn't get every English gent eaten out of your hand, you know. Oh. But Susato-san told me it was foolproof. I'm a busy man, a very busy man. There's a crime scene to investigate, but I'm here having to give the likes of you a talking to. Oh. Do we find this man hot? I think if he had more chin? Yeah? Oh, I'm ever so sorry. Can you imagine what the other officers there will be saying? Haven't seen Gregson anywhere, have you? No, he's too busy with the bigwigs these days. All because of some bumpkin who's here on a jaunt from a country that I've never even heard of. You hear that ripping sound? That's my reputation at the yard, getting torn to taters. There's no need to rip us apart as well. I don't believe we've been introduced. This is Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhado, a defense lawyer. Huh? It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Mr. Naruhado. I'm Mr. Naruhado's judicial assistant. Huh? It's lovely weather we're having today, isn't it? It's unseasonably fine, I grant you. London's weather doesn't see a lot of sunshine. So, Lord Strongheart has asked me to fill you in on the case. The name's Tobias Gregson. Inspector Gregson to you. I'm from Scotland Yard. Gregson? Inspector Gregson. What's the matter with Susato-san? Does this detective's name mean something to her? Is this person also in the Sherlock Holmes books? Inspector, are you perhaps the Inspector Gregson? You're acting like you know this man, Miss Susato, but he's a London detective. Oh, I do know him. Very well, in fact. Very well? Yes, he features prominently in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Oh, in that publication. What's it called again? Rancid Magazine? That's right. Inspector Gregson and Mr. Sholmes enjoy a wonderful, friendly rivalry. Really? You rival the great Mr. Sholmes? That's incredible. Oh, well, I don't know about that. Mr. Sholmes isn't a professional like myself, of course, but he does come up with the goods from time to time. Mr. Sholmes is equally complimentary about you, Mr. Inspector, isn't he? You earned his highest praise. Gregson is the pick of a bad lot of all Scotland Yarders. Those were his own words. That's his highest praise? Well, Mr. Sholmes isn't particularly known for giving compliments, you see. That he is not. And thanks to that magazine, my name is known all over London town as well. That's great, isn't it? I have to admit, to start with... Wait, I had to admit that to start with, I was a little flattered by all the attention. Everyone wanted to shake my hand, and my reputation at the yard went through the door. Well, that's wonderful. No, it's not. There's nothing more sinister than a man on the street. People are always looking at me now. They're whispering rumors about me under their breath, I'm sure. Rumors? Are you quite sure? He changed since he started appearing in those stories. The fame's gone to his head. Stuff like that. Gosh, do you really think people are saying such mean-spirited things about you? Like I said, they whisper, so I can't catch exactly what they're saying, but I know what the folk are like. This is when there was like some, y'all remember the great divide? I think it was in the era of like the boop era. That's what it was. the boop era. Ah! The what? Hi, Nyasha. Good to see you. What are you talking about?
God, I love this game.
You know what? I love you, bosses. Thank you so much for the 73. I really appreciate it. Happy New Year! You don't know about Boop? Oh. I guess I'd have a story time another time, huh? I'm sure that's what they're saying. As sure as eggs are eggs. Do you love me? I just think when you ask questions like that, it bridges the parasocial gap between us, right? Like, we really have to establish boundaries, right? Okay, because I don't know you, and you don't know me, right? Like, like the person that you see right now is not really me. It's like a persona of me, right? But it's not me, and so therefore, I just think we really gotta like keep it, let's keep it distanced, right? You know what I mean? Like, so it doesn't get too parasocial, right? So I'm not gonna, I can't say things like that, right? So, I hope you understand, right? Anyway. Disturbing the P. I get the feeling this detective could be very hard work. Oh dear. Perhaps a sudden rise to fame does change people. So, about the case that Lord Chief Justice mentioned before. Nothing to tell, really. As far as we're concerned at the yard, it couldn't be simpler. Oh dear, that probably means that as far as we're concerned as lawyers, it could be more complicated. I wish you were wrong about that, but I have a nasty feeling you're right. A young woman was walking along the pavement on Briar Road when she was stabbed from behind. Fortunately, it wasn't fatal, but she's still laid up in the hospital unconscious. That's despicable. What sort of coward would attack the poor woman from behind? I suppose you would have finished whoever it was off with a suicidal takedown, wouldn't you? That is neither here nor there, Mr. Naruhado. Brace yourself. You've angered her now. Anyway, after something of a whirlwind investigation, the criminal was arrested. He barely had time for a cup of tea after the incident took place, to be honest. So, there must have been something left at the scene that led you directly to the culprit? Or perhaps a reliable witness to recognize the person in question? Let me stop you right there. You're wasting your time on this one. Sorry? There's nothing you can do. There's no way you can help the bloke now. Did he admit to it? I love you all. I love you all so much that I would hold the door open for you and let you walk through. How's about that? See? How's about that? See? And where do you common courtesy like that nowadays? Exactly. And then you hit your head atop the rim of the door frame. Can somebody ban Udon, please? Why ever not? Simple. The prosecutor that's been assigned to the trial tomorrow is Lord Baron Van Zeeks. Oh no. If I don't say it tonight, Happy New Year, Ace. Happy New Year to me! Thanks, boss! I appreciate it! Happy New Year! Oh yes, we're very familiar with Lord Van Zeeks. I'm fine, yeah. Let me tell you that. Are you calling me a lady because ladies go first? Are you misgendering me? You know I'm non-binary. Right, but ladies to me is a non-binary term. Therefore, right? Because nothing... So, in this... Right, like... Right, okay. He's believed to be the harbinger of death itself. The Reaper of the Bailey. Lord Baron Von Zeeks, who we faced in court only yesterday. Mr. McGilda told us about him before the trial, didn't he? When Van Zeek stands for the prosecution, they call the accused his sacrificial lambs. And in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. This Reaper of the Bailey nickname, I suppose he's earned that because every defendant he advocates against is found guilty, isn't it? Well, if that's the case, then we should inform you, Inspector, that in yesterday's trial against Lord Van Zeeks, Mr. Naruhado secured a verdict of not guilty. And what of it? Oh, I think that means even against the Reaper of the Bailey, it's not impossible to save the defendant. No, you really don't have a clue, do you? What do you mean? Did you just put the food in your pocket? What happened to that bloke in the end, eh? He's dead. Magnus McGilded came a cropper in the omnibus when it went up in flames. So you can't rightly say that you saved the defendant, can you? What are you saying? Look, if Van Zeeks could get the dirt to stick on everyone, he'd be a miracle worker. But that's not how it goes. He doesn't work miracles, he works magic. Black magic. I have a good long think about that, if I were you. What am I supposed to do about that? Am I supposed to believe that? Right, well, I filled you in as requested, and I'm very nearly out of chips. So I'll be heading back to the crime scene now. We're still carrying out a few investigations there. No fucking evidence, no nothing, no autopsy report, like no statement from the witness, no pictures, no nothing. It fucking sucks here. Man, do I want to get my dual citizenship actually? Do I want to get my dual citizenship, move to Europe, and assimilate into British culture? Do I want to do that? I'll think about it. It was Briar Road, you said, didn't you? Where the incident took place? That's correct, ma'am. And if you head over to the holding cells, you can meet the criminal himself. You've been branded a criminal. You branded him a criminal already? He's as good as. Shaking like a leap in a cell he is. I'll give you a chuckle. It'll give you a chuckle if nothing else. His inmate 53. Speak to the jailer and he'll show you the way. Inmate 53. Thank you. So there's no helping anyone against the Reaper of the Bailey, you say? There's something troubling you? To tell the truth, when I recall the trial yesterday, I can't stop myself from shaking. The idea of facing the Reaper in court again is just... Well, if you think it's too much for you, there's no shame in turning the case down. That takes courage, too. But if the man they arrested is innocent, you could well imagine he would be shaking like a leaf in his cell. And I, for one, wouldn't find the sight of that funny. So, if I'm honest, I'm still reeling from the shock of yesterday's events myself. And I'm not really sure if I'll be able to help this man, whoever he is. But I'd like to try, so I think I'm going to make some inquiries. Will you help? Do you really think you have to ask? After all, I am your judicial assistant. Thank you. So then, shall we? Yes! Let's go! Okay. Let's go to the prison first. Do you ever play the lady in Ace Attorney? Twice. Yes. So these are British prison cells. Oh, they're ghastly. It feels like a dungeon. Yes, and having experienced it in Japan myself, I can assure you that our wooden cells feel a lot cozier than these cold stone walls. Oh, don't, Mr. Naruhito. You're making it seem worse. Apparently, our client is in the cell here, but it's so dark at the back there, I can't make him out. I wonder what he's like. Inmate 53, your legal representative is here to see you. Stop idling at the back of the cell and show your face at once. Am I a cat, as yet with no name? Calling me by a number, it's utterly, unbelievably, unjustably unreasonable. I refuse to answer. Mr. Naruhito, what do you think is going on here? I have no idea, but I wasn't just hearing things, was I? That tirade of complaints was in Japanese. Excuse me, but who? Shh, quiet. They're all around, hiding. I know they are. They're watching, listening. Even now, I can sense it. Right. So, could I ask you who exactly... There you are. You come to curse me, haven't you? Don't try to hide it. You're a ghost. A ghost? What? We mean you no harm, prisoner-san. Are you Japanese by any chance? This is beyond my wildest dreams. Forgive me for that outburst before. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's fine. We were just a little surprised, that's all. Imagine it. It's been 12 long months since I left my hometown, and here I am, in a frightful fix in a foreign land. So hearing the sweet, sentimental tones of a compatriot's voice here in this dark hellhole was a most monumentally moving moment. Who could have guessed that this new client Lord Strongheart assigned this to would turn out to be a fellow Japanese? What compassion my fellow countrymen show to dispatch a first-class lawyer all the way from Japan to defend a mere foreign student. Noble, nurturing, never-failing Nippon. A first-class lawyer? Oh dear, I think there's been some sort of a misunderstanding here. I wonder, would you be so kind as to tell us what happened? Why you've been detained as a suspect, for example? Yes, I can, I will. Shan't stay sullen and silent. I'm not quite sure I understand what he means, but he seems happy. Yeah, he does. I just hope he's actually has a good reason to be. Thank you for your cooperation. I'm a lawyer, as you said. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhado. And I'm Naruhado-san's judicial assistant, Susato Mikitoba. I am a visiting student sent here by our government. Notoriously named Natsume Soseki Natsume. Okay. Yeah, what's going on? Soseki Natsume-san. What an unusual name. Call me Soseki, please. I'm a poet, you see. A writer of haiku. It's something of a nom de plume. A nom de plume? You mean an alias? Yes, that's right, Naruhado-san. No, no, no! Don't be so prosaic. It's much more refined than that. A haiku? That reminds me of home. Did I hear you say that you were a visiting student over here by the government? Sent over here by the government? Yes, that's right. A year ago, I was told to go and study English. First, I had to suffer in that misery, and now this. It's beyond the pale. Suffer that misery? Did you not want to study here? No! I mean, I've had an interest in Great Britain for some years, of course. Oh. But, just because the government tells you to do something, does it mean that you can do it? No! What do you mean? If they told me to study English literature, that I could have understood. That's my field. But no, they told me to study the English language. Utterly, unbelievably, unjustly, unreasonable. I see. Only the other day, I was told to send a report about my first year here. I turned in a blank piece of paper. Wise words on white watashi. Washi? What? You must be a man of great standing. Oh yes, so I'm often told. And often like to be told, it seems. You can actually tell if Susato and Ryunosuke are speaking English and Japanese from honorifics. I see. Could you perhaps tell us exactly why you've been arrested, Soseki-san? I didn't do it. I didn't commit that atrocious murder. Murder? Oh, no. No, it's alright. The woman didn't actually die, did she? But she was stabbed with a knife right before my eyes. Before your eyes? You mean you saw the attacker? I didn't see anyone. What? If I'd seen the person who did it, do you think I'd be locked up in here? Oh dear, it seems this case is becoming rather complicated. Why me? Why me? Why did that silly woman have to be stabbed in front of me? It's the curse of London. It's incredibly, inexcusably, irritatingly inconvenient. So Soseki-san was there at the scene, but didn't see the attacker. It's vital that we find out more about the case. Okay. It was an accursed evening, just after the snow had started to clear with heavy fog. Okay, I had been to the bookshop to buy some books, and I was on my way back to my accursed lodgings. Surely the bookshop wasn't accursed too. As I was walking along the accursed pavement, I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman, wearing a green overcoat she was. And just as I went to overtake her, she suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed onto the whole cart slabs of stone at my feet. Thank you for the watch sheet, by the way, Inuyasha. How terrible. I called out to the woman, but she didn't move. It was like a ghostly, ghoulish, grim graveyard. Slight exaggeration there, perhaps. I was terrified. I had to get away from there, so I ran, as fast as my legs would carry me back to my accursed lodgings. That's not good. They'll say it was shameful, I know, to run away like that. Tell me, Soseki-san, was the victim an acquaintance of yours? Don't be ridiculous. Do you think any of these fair-haired English? Do you think I know any of these fair-haired English? And a young woman at that. I'm independent, shy, timid, unsure. I can't talk to people. I see. A young woman unknown to Soseki-san. And at the time it happened, who else did you see nearby? Did anyone pass you? Regrettably, apart from myself and the woman, I didn't see a soul. No one? Oh, great. So the victim was unknown to you, and there was nobody in the street at the time. That creates something of a conundrum, doesn't it? What conundrum? There's no motive! If you don't know who this person is, and there's... Well, but there's no motive. Why would they do that? What do you mean, Sosato-san? What's the conundrum? Well, if Soseki-san has just told us is true, there's something I can't explain. He said he didn't know the victim, and that there was no one else at the scene. Then he apparently fled without having been seen. I did. But if that's the case, how was he identified? Surely this man has to be the culprit. Ugh, you. What did you just say? Nothing. I didn't say anything. Oops, perhaps I thought a little too loudly. Actually, that's not what's troubling me. What I was thinking of, how did Soseki-san actually come to be arrested? Sorry? He didn't touch the victim, and there was nobody at the scene to see him. So how did the police ever discover that he was there in the first place? Oh yes, she's right. It was him. That accursed great detective. He led the police to me. Of all the bad luck, accursed great detective? Could it be? I shall never forget that man's name, as long as I live, with his haughty laugh and his self-proclaimed greatness. Brash, big-headed, busybody. British? Is that what he meant? Oh, be gone. May you be accursed until the end of your days. Herlock Sholmes. I knew it. Mr. Sholmes? Oh god. Well, I didn't expect to hear that name from this man's lips, that's for sure. It was the morning after that nightmare had unfolded on the pavement before me. I was gnawing on a silver sliver of hard cheese when some men suddenly burst through the door. They started shouting at me. This is the police. Put the weapon down. Yes, it was a thin sliver, and yes, it was hard. But I wasn't eating a weapon. Disgusting dietary discrimination devils. You clearly had a trying morning yesterday. And there he was, in the middle of all the policemen, grinning like a Cheshire cat. That Herlock Sholmes. It's actually just Herlock Sholmes. He's English. I've since found out that he's a famous name in detention here in London. Yes, the great detective is really very well known. And his overly sharp mind managed to deduce my whereabouts apparently. He thinks I'm the knife-wielding madman. Me, this weak, stooped kitten of a man? I wonder what great deduction process led him to this conclusion this time. Do you mean to say that Mr. Sholmes' deduction was the only reason why the police arrested you? That would be really most unreasonable. Well, the thing is, I was thrown into a panic when they barged their way in. Of course you were. That's only natural. I was terrified and trembling, and they kept throwing question after question at me. In impossible English. Fiendish foreign film flamery. Well, we are in England. You can't really blame them for questioning you in English. Good point. Good point. But my mind went blank. I knew I had to answer, but I didn't know what to say. So I just kept repeating things like, yes, I do, and I'm fine. The next thing I knew, I was in manacles. And before I knew it, they had thrown me in here. Oh dear, I'm afraid. That's hardly surprising. I'm fine. He's not fine now. Mr. Naruhado Esquire. Oh, you can just call me Naruhado. And even when we're speaking English, a simple Mr. is more than enough. Oh, yes, alright, yes. They've really got to me. This country is poisoning my mind. But please, I beg you to defend me in court tomorrow. You can tell them what really happened. You'll do it, won't you? Well, why? Why is it so hard to say yes to me? Well, the thing is, I'm just a student like yourself, on a study tour. A student? I have defended a case in the Old Bailey. Only one, though. But at this moment in time, I really don't know what I'm supposed to believe in. I'm confused about what justice this country even means. What justice in this country even means. Oh, Naruhado-san. I'm not even the foreign student who was supposed to be here. I'm a sort of locum lawyer, I suppose. But that armband, that's the mark of a defense lawyer from our great empire. It's a keepsake from a man who was supposed to be here. He was my friend. A keepsake? About time. Yeah, I can stop here. I know exactly what they're saying about me. Oh, who do you mean? The lawyers. All the British defense lawyers. They won't defend me. Goodness, why do you say that? For the same reason you noted before. When it happened, there was only the victim and myself around, and I ran away from the scene of the crime. I'm not a fool. I know it looks as though I must be the culprit. It must be very hard for you, so Seki-san. And anyway, I'm a student from overseas. I'm just a foreign nobody to them, someone not to be trusted. I heard them openly laughing about me, in my earshot, without any compunction at all. Any trial for this man would be a waste of time, they said. And of course, the foreigner did it. They even had the gall to say, the man doesn't understand half of what's being said anyway. That's awful. They're wrong. I've studied more English than half the policemen out there in the streets. I've traveled halfway around the world to learn about this people's country and its great history. But no one here wants to listen to a man with a strange accent. They all hate me. So, at the very least, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who can listen to me and my native tongue. You could do it, couldn't you? When I look into your eyes, I can see it. I can see what you've been through. Saseki-san, it's just that... Give me a little time, please. I'll do what I can for the time being. What do you mean? We shall investigate the case as thoroughly as possible. If we can find some clues, it will give us a much better chance, I'm sure. Oh, yes, thank you. I'll be here, all alone, waiting for you. Lockham student, Mr. Naruhado Esquire. We should get going then, Naruhado-san. We have a case to prepare for. And I have a party that I am not prepared to go to, but I agreed to it anyway. So that's enough Ace Attorney for one day. I have to go get ready to go to that. So the plan is go to this social engagement for the next 3 hours. Fuck around. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Kiss. Mwah. Drink some champagne. Blah, blah, blah. Be like, well, I have to go get some work done. It was fun. And there we go, guys. It's time for me to get in bed. This has been fun. And then I leave. And then I come back home. And then I start stream again. We boot up Genshin. I do my viewer pulls. It should take like less than 5 minutes for me. And then we do Puffy. And then we do Mew. And then Odds, Obby. Derbs, and then anyone else after that. Sound good? So by the time I get back, I will not be around for Happy New Year. I believe the last time our New Year stream, I think it was engaged. Yeah, I think it was a New Year stream, and I think we did the countdown together. But I won't be able to do that this year, unfortunately. Yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next year, right? Really? There you go. Get out of here. Miss XD. You gotta admit that I made you laugh at least one time this year, right? At least once, right? One smile, a little chuckle, a little sensible chuckle. Yeah? Unfortunately. See, I got the mind of a mastermind. I knew it. See, I know what I'm doing, okay? See? Next year, oh, twice. I'm gonna aim for 3 next year. Okay, let me get ready to go. I will see you guys in a couple of hours. Again, Happy New Year. I had a wonderful time with you this year, and hopefully we'll create more memories, okay? Be safe tonight. Don't do anything fucking stupid. Be careful and be safe, and make sure that you prepare for tax season. Have fun. Okay, I'll see you guys in a few hours, okay? Happy New Year. Enjoy your celebrations. Again, be safe, make good choices, and I'll see you in a couple hours. All right? All right. I love you.